So got that out. Um, yeah, but I truly believe in what I'm saying is what I'm saying. It's like, there's a lot of crappy things about the world that we have to deal with that we don't really discuss, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, you can create a better future for yourself if you make the choice to if you make the choices in the present to affect the future. If you're thinking about what you're doing today to affect the future, it might not be perfect, but at least it will, you will learn things along the way. You will achieve something out of just, pursuing a better future for yourself, and doing it smartly, just like, I don't know. Right now what I'm doing is like, I have a calendar that I manage, where I like, schedule in different things. I'm trying to have a routine, but my schedule keeps changing, so some days it's like, it just throws me off, and then I don't have like a full grasp of it. But I'm using a to-do list. I'm bucket journaling, so that also include, like, that's like your calendar, your to-do list, but it's also like a place to write down ideas in an organized manner so you can find them later. And then, like, honestly, just work on it. You might not have everything you need, which sucks, but find a way. Go to the library, get books, it's free if you can. If you have an internet connection, like, you just have to find a way. Like, I've made a lot of excuses not to produce music, for example, but it's like, along the way, it's like I have found ways to do little things. Like, I bought a guitar. I paid like $9.99 for a GarageBand or whatever the price was. That wasn't actually that high, but that I was like not willing to invest in. So yeah, just find a way. If you really want it, find a way. Don't listen to anybody who's telling you that this is not realistic, blah blah blah. Just find a way, make it work, because you're gonna have to do things that are hard. You're gonna have to work at a job that you don't like, but at least you can, in the present, make it so that you don't have to work at this job forever. Like, you're building towards getting away from that job. It might take a long time, and honestly, the best things take the longest time to happen. Okay, losing weight, that's the best one. It took me over a year to lose 30 pounds, but girl, when I got there, was it fabulous? Yes, it was great. So yeah, time is a factor. So you want to, like, use your dates, especially like day-to-day time. That's the time that adds up, that you don't realize that it's adding up. But what you do with your hours, on the day-to-day is where you can really, make the most of your time. But in achieving a goal, you want to be steady. You just want to be steady, work towards it. Accumulate momentum, and then, when it's the right time, when it's the right time, it'll pan out. What I heard is like, from like a TED talk is like, you want to be prepared for when, luck strikes and you get that door that opens. You want to be ready for that door when it is open. You won't slide up in there and be like, "Bow, I've been prepping for 2 years for this, and here I am, and you gonna hire me, or you gonna buy my product, or you gonna record my songs," like, just work. Work little bits every day, and it's okay if you're not perfect. Don't let those days that you don't do much tear you down. Just keep at it. Just keep trucking. And I know it's coming from somebody who is a middle class person. I have had like a lot of opportunities that people don't have, but that's not my fault. Okay. All I know is that I sympathize, and I cannot continue living in a world where people are just like, so pessimistic, and then, like, there's such huge inequalities in like how people live. That's what I'm concerned about. But I want to also like motivate people to like just strive for what they can, for what they want, regardless of where they come from, regardless of what the resources are, because I am telling you that I'm a middle class person, I think. The bar is shifting quickly. I'm a middle class person, and I have like a certain amount of resources around me, and I haven't used them smartly to build the systems that I need to pursue my true passion, or to even achieve my goals in terms of like being in terms of my environmental stuff, So it actually doesn't matter how many resources you have, up to an extent, if you're like, some rich kid, obviously your parents could just spend money on buying you all the DJ equipment you wanted, or if you were a citizen of a country that is prosperous, you could start working when you were 13 and you could save up for X stuff over time, It's like, yeah, fine. But like at the same time, it's like, don't let that limit you. Find a way. You want it, find a way. You want it, go to the library, get that free library card, okay? Don't get overdues on books, because then you won't be able to get more books, or get more library time. But make the time. Find a way. Find a way. Find a way. Because you're going to have to work hard for people you don't fucking like anyway. For jobs that you don't like. So just find a way. That's what I'm going to leave us with here today. Find a way. Make the time. Go on Google. Go on YouTube. I hate to say like such mainstream things, because it's like, oh, go on Ecosia. Ecosia is like an alternative Google, but every time you do a search, they plant a tree. It's hard to remember Ecosia if you're anybody from there ends up watching this at some point. I'm programmed. Google.com, So maybe find a way to fix that somehow if you can. Otherwise, I'll try my best. No, I actually give a crap, so I'm gonna figure it out. I'll get into it. So yeah, just find a way, guys. Find a way. I believe in you. Don't listen to the haters, and prioritize and YouTube things, whatever. If you want to learn about how to organize yourself, YouTube it and then figure it out. It's not going to happen in one day, like I'm learning that very quickly. You want to learn how to do something, Google it, figure it out, experiment. Don't be afraid to experiment. And, just consider that you are working to build a better future for yourself in whatever way that means, So don't be concerned about, don't let the fact that, you're in a bad situation, mean that you will be in that bad situation. In a bad situation, in a bad setup, mean that, that will impair your ability to succeed in the future. Because, that's kind of, it's somehow, it's a double negation, because you're in the present now and you have a certain ability to affect your present. It doesn't matter, it might mean having to walk in the cold to go do something that, other people could just hop in their car for, or could just walk next door for, or something, little things like that. It might involve just harder trials, but it's do it, find a way. Easier said than done, obviously, is what it comes down to. But it's just find a way, put in the work. That's what I was trying to say. In the long term, putting in the work now will pay off in the long term. Doing those extra things that, other people don't have to do, in very difficult situations in order to achieve your goal in the future. Think about that as the work, instead of being stuck in going to work every day for the same amount of time, never building what you want to build. That's what I've been trying to say this whole time. So think about a year, okay? A year of going to work at the same job, doing the same thing you don't like, versus a year of going to that same job every day and then adding the extra little steps to achieve your goals. Think about where you'll be in that year, that second year, where you're adding the extra little things, the extra heavy things that you have to do when you're tired once you get home, Or do you have to do before you go to work? Wake up early to do before you go to work, That is going to add up, and you're going to end up being better off in that second year, in that second scenario, than in the first scenario where you're never working towards achieving your true objectives or bettering your life, right? So that's what I was trying to say this whole time. God. So yeah, think about that, right? Put in the extra work, and then you will definitely be better off. I don't know. There's so many variables, but I stand by this video, I think. I'm probably not going to watch it again because it's way too long. But that says a lot. It's supposed to be motivational. Cool. So Sorry, I'm kind of gross sometimes. But yeah, this is all set out of love. I'm not saying that everything I'm saying is perfect. This is what I'm going through in life. This is what I'm figuring out. And I have faith that if I just keep working, it'll work out. And I think you can do the same. You know, it's not perfect in my current existence. I am not living my best life in terms of like my health. I don't eat very well. I eat a lot from the restaurant and stuff. I'm trying to get back to working out. I'm semi working on my music. I'm mostly focused on trying to get a better job so that I can afford to invest more in my music. I'm also potentially trying to get a music apprenticeship or I'm trying to get a music apprenticeship potentially if I can find it near where I work, you know, and I can do those two things at the same time. Or I'm just gonna try and get a better job. That's always happening. And then either go to music school at night, you know, go to production school. There's actually a production school not too far away from my house. So do that. And then, like while I work, you know, because the hustle is a vibe. Okay. So think about that. The hustle can be a vibe. Just make it work, guys. Think about how you can finesse it, you know, who you can talk to, how you can incorporate it into your schedule. Like, it's a vibe. I know it's difficult for some people. It's more difficult for some people versus others, but make it a vibe. Find a way, invest in what makes it more comfortable for you, you know? Like, I bought a mouse and a mouse pad so I can be on my computer more comfortably. You know, it didn't cost that much, but it's just that little something that made my work more easy. You know, that was worth sacrificing whatever, like, $15 I spent on this altogether. Amazon Prime. I'm not advertising because they're not a great company, but that's why I got it. But you know, sometimes you gotta make, you know, these kind of choices versus something else in order to account for your money. And like, one thing that I do is like I try to order more things together at the same time as opposed to just one thing at a time, so to improve my carbon footprint and to reduce the amount of times I need to go to Amazon for something. But that's a major side note. I'm trying to find a way to incorporate like music education in my day-to-day. And then I'm also I would also like, once I have more money, I would like to figure out like, I feel so bad saying this because I hope, like, I don't know that many people are going to watch this, but I also know that like, I'm so privileged, you know, like just thinking about like the fact that I can even dream of this and be like, yeah, I want to get a gym membership. And then like one day maybe like, you know, do something like karate and like really build up my body, you know, because being healthy feels really good. It feels better than the food you eat, for sure. And like, once you're healthy, you don't actually need as much of the bad food. You know, you can eat like just a handful of fries and you're like, I'm good because I'm healthy. So if that's motivation for anybody to work out, I got you. I want to like, I feel bad because like, I know for some people it's not possible like that, and like I'm like in a privileged sense, but like honestly there are people who are way more privileged than I am, who are probably, you know, aspiring for things, and maybe I shouldn't feel so bad, but I do. But I'm going to proceed to tell you my plan. So I would like to train like a tennis player. That sounds amazing to me. I've been doing these like what are they called? They're called like, you know, those like challenges online. So I did like a morning routine one. I tried Tim Ferriss's morning routine. That was dope. I like the journaling, although it takes too much time. I did Casey, what's his name? Casey Neistat, I think that's what his name is. But through Sorella Moray, she did his challenge, and I just kind of followed what she did, and that was dope. I'm doing Oprah's morning routine right now, which is ideally what I want to do. You know, wake up, workout. That's when I lost the most weight, is when I did wake up, workout, and then proceed with the day. Make lunch, go to work, go to class, come home. That was my routine, or go do homework or whatever, depending on the day, you know. Missing my graduate school days a little bit here, even though I hated Tampa. Sorry, no offense, guys. People call it Champa for a reason though. But no offense, that's rude. I shouldn't say that. My bad. So yeah, that was ideal. But what I have found is that I wanna, because I'm in work mode and like I am in a different state of my life. So like, for example, just a side note is like what people don't consider is that like what I did not consider was that like these people live in a different life. They live a different life. They are at different points in their life. Whereas like I'm in the building stage still. So that means that those morning routines don't necessarily work perfectly for me because I'm living a different lifestyle. Like Casey Neistat and Sorella Mora, they're like influencers. They travel a lot. So like, she didn't have a hard time like finding a gym. She's financially secure, all these things that play into your ability to actually effectuate these morning routines. I did not consider that. But what I am finding is that I do want to get right to work as soon as I wake up in the morning. Make my bed, make tea, get on my computer. That's what I want to do. That's more like Casey Neistat's morning routine. So that was cool to figure out. But I'm still going to try and do... Actually, I didn't do it today. I just went right. I did breakfast, blah, blah, blah. Started working right away. And then now after this, I'm going to work out. So yeah, so in that same frame of mind, I would like to train like a tennis player. I used to play tennis when I was a kid. Tennis is the most like one of the most powerful sports. Oh my God, it feels so good when you just hit that ball. It's full body. You get to run, but you also get to like, work out your arms and jump around and do cool stuff. And like you really get such an excellent workout from it. So I want to train like a tennis player. Although I did watch a video and it doesn't look like it's going to be possible with a full-time job. Because that's their full-time job. So yeah, when I get enough money, I would like to figure out how to do that by either, having a gym or like getting a trainer a couple times a week, just to develop that side of my body. I would like to get, to do some martial arts. I would like to do some self-defense. I would like to do some ballet because ballet is dope. Ballet is discipline. Ballet is grace. Ballet is elegance. That's all I gotta say. Okay. And it hurts. It hurts. So it works. That doesn't apply to everything. So yeah, that's kind of like the headspace that I'm in. And I also would like to like ensure my like environmental / disaster preparedness in the future. So that's also something that I'm considering that I need more money for. I need to build an emergency kit. I need to like make an actual huge plan of like how I'm gonna ensure my resilience in the future. So that's where my head is at. Yeah, there's a lot to do because I also have to build my dream apartment. Like once I get this job, I need to make sure that like the apartment that I get, first of all, I realized I have to live alone. I'm crazy. I talk to myself. I sing randomly throughout the house. I want to play guitar at odd hours. I want to make music sometimes at odd hours. Like I think I need to live alone is what I'm realizing, like I don't want to have to like in the morning I would like to do high intensity training in the living room, but when you're jumping up and down, there's a roommate right there. Like I don't want to be, waking up at 6 a.m. and, working out in the living room, waking this girl up who has to wake up in an hour. That's just rude, So I think I might need to live alone, which is costly. But we will see how it works out. This is where my head is at. I hope it's useful for you because I just want everybody to do better and to, pursue their dreams and stuff. So much love, guys. Consider building yourself a long-term resilience plan. But most importantly, work toward achieving your passion. Woo! You got it. Fuck the haters. I'm sorry for cursing. Bleep the haters. And nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. If you put in the work, you won't get somewhere, That's all I got to say about that. You're at least going to improve your situation if you put in the work, Like, think about it. I don't actually think that it's possible to be wrong in that. Like, people will mess with you. You will have challenges, but in the very least, your mind will be better, which is a plus, I would say. Because I know there's a lot of different people living different circumstances, so, yeah. I would like to account for that, but yeah, the final word is plan. Plan and work, and stay positive. Don't let those down days like take you down. Because it's just a day. I know life is precious and time is of the essence. But I discussed that earlier. Also, take notes when you're listening to this if you think it's useful and you want to use it again. Take notes as I'm writing, as I'm saying it, to save yourself time. Don't wait to rewatch the video, this hour-long video. Ridiculous. Anyway, deuces, guys. We'll keep you posted on life plans and such. Because apparently I like talking and sharing my life experience with people. So I'm going to do that.